What does this mean? Why does a thumbs up and, well, not go in here? So this is where the hub is being assembled, right there on the bench. My competitor right there. When some people are away, it's the boss who does the work. So I went to Germany and actually only got this t-shirt. So here we are, I made it in the Wilfried Schmidt Maschinenbau prototype facility. So let's see how this goes. Today I'm here to discuss the future, or the lack thereof, of the Project S More Powerful Dynamo. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, not exactly. So I went to the SON, or Wilfried Schmidt Maschinenbau, to discuss more about this project. So I actually got another hub. This was the first one I got. I got another one with an SL axle that can integrate better with my bike. So I went there to discuss the details of the project. I have a bunch of videos what this is. This is basically a more powerful bicycle dynamo compared to what is out there, because I do make the electronics. And I've been talking with Schmidt about what can be done, their know-how. First I want to thank for everybody there who were very nice to me, especially Nasri, who gave me a tour of the facilities. He's the engineer who actually does all the custom dynamos and all the standard models. And everybody else who I met there, they were all very nice. And I went there mostly to see how the process works, so I know what can be customized, because, you know, it's much easier to actually see what goes inside of making a hub than exchanging emails and asking questions. So I saw how this was actually being made. Bought prototypes, so like small numbers like this, and their main production ones like dynamos that all of you know. So that was the main reason. The second one is the human connection, because actually I got to meet everybody who works there, who makes the dynamos. It wasn't some sales and marketing guy. I went there with the train, I took my Brompton. Wilfried Schmidt is a big Brompton fan, so we of course talked about this. It was a Friday and it was the end of the day, so most people were gone, so pretty much the whole facility was left there, so and we could go wherever we want. Actually, this is the best time if you want to meet with Wilfried Schmidt, because when everybody's away, he actually has time to do all the things he wants. He's not interrupted all the time. So that was the nice part. How did it all started? I mean, again, I have a bunch of videos, but I met Nasri, the engineer who makes dynamos, in 2023. He was doing Paris-Brest Paris, and I was doing the Concorde machine and the Paris-Brest Paris as well. So I had my custom bike there with the prototype version of my companion Dynamo LED light with charger. Schmidt was also introducing their prototype of this, so we got talking. 2 years later, that's how we ended up. Overall, my impressions are that it is quite compact. I mean, I've seen some pictures, some shop tours online and on social media, and it looks very big, but it is quite compact. Obviously not as compact as my workshop here, but I mean, you can see how, you know, they were running out of space here because they have a new Dynamo model, so things were kind of overflowing. And the way it is organized, they have two facilities. So they have a prototype one, which is in a village outside of Tubingen, a bit on a hill there, and they're building a new building where they move everything there. So all the production is done, and prototyping and engineering is done there. All the assembly, sales, etc. is in downtown Tubingen. So I first went in the morning to the prototype production facility, and afterwards we descended by bike down in Tubingen, and I toured there. The interesting part is, I mean, they do electronics, but electronics was quite a small part of everything they do. Hands-on thing how to make a Dynamo hub was pretty impressive, both production and prototype. I mean, you're going to see later in the video. Speaking of electronics, Schmidt was actually one of my very first customers of the companion rear light, which I mentioned. And I have a new model of Stalker, which they're going to exchange for the hub and everything there, so they can do some tests to see how we develop the project. Also, what I noticed and what was kind of impressive, that there's quite a bit of manual assembly. I mean, there's the CNC machines, of course there's mass production, but then there's fixtures and quite a bit of stuff that is done manually by hand with various manual machines, which is quite cool. I'm not going to get into this whether manual is better or not, but it's quite cool to see how there's still quite some manual assembly of devices even in 2025. And I didn't do that much editing because I wanted you to have a similar experience to what I had. I mean, when you go in the machine shop, you can hear the noise of the machines and all that, so the audio is not perfect everywhere, so I apologize for that, but overall I wanted to create the same experience as if you were there with me. Actual production or just prototyping?
Actual production, really. It's one of our two buildings. The other is a bit further down.
Okay.
So the floor is separated into two sides. The right one is manual machining. So if we are over capacity, we will also come down here just to do a few things. And
okay.
We also have a hydraulic press. Here is where we presses the gloves. So what you see here is what we get from our laser machine. So they get the control out. So you have the 28, 28 Deluxe, 2812, 28 Deluxe 12 because of the different codes.
Yeah.
So this is how we get them.
So that's how the clothes come, you know, and they get pressed. So basically they're flat and then they become like this.
Yeah. They're basically flat. Now. So yeah, I think they get pressed over here, right? This is what we use. So this is the first section. The CNC area.
This is what? I don't sorry.
So this is the CNC area. So you have all the machining parts done here. Like the dynamo hub body, the axle, all the distance ring, and the end caps, they are all made here. So manufacturing are all in-house. And right now they are doing some fixtures for the company.
Okay.
Hello, Wilfried.
Hi. So yeah, what are we machining here? I think it looks like a hub shell. I could be wrong.
No, it's a fixture. Fixture for the 29S.
Ah, so it's a fixture, yeah. There it is.
Yeah. So this part over here makes the axle.
And here we're making axles.
Yeah,
What does this mean? Why there's a thumbs up and, well, not thumbs up there? What does that mean?
I think the machinist is okay.
Okay.
That one is like special machine, so no one should touch it.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. You have to ask the guy himself.
And it's all automated. Yeah, you have the bar puller here.
The door over here. I don't know.
So this is all material for axles.
So they are making 5,000 axles. This one right now.
5,000 axles for the SON Deluxe 12. And here we're machining.
Oh, this is I think it's for the here. What is it called? I think it's for the ladder. You know where you tighten the cable for the switch?
Ah, yeah.
The switch, you tighten the cable.
Yeah. So this is actually quite small. This is a node ring that you turn with your hand. It's like actually this
So
big.
it's 10 to 1.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like a small node ring. Also the rear light, the one that attaches to the seat post, is like this.
Yeah, but they want to use there's a hole where you turn it. So this one you have this vandal tile where you can turn it with your fingers.
Knurling. Yeah, I know this part.
Knurling part.
I know the tools. Actually, that's a small part that we saw. Actually, this is the one that comes with the rear light. The one for the ladder looks actually has knurling on it, so you can turn it with your hand. This one's smooth.
This is where you get the axles.
And there you go. So the axles that came from the machine, the thumbs up machine, gives you this. SON Deluxe 12 axles. And you can see it's automated, the chips go directly there.
Then we have also 2 milling machines.
So that's a milling machine,
Yeah, I think,
and it's like this is for light, I think, or for
the
the.
picture for the Edilux.
Yeah.
The Edilux 2 where you make.
This I've seen on your website actually, in black
okay.
and white. So this is the Edilux fixture where you mill the part for the attachment.
For the attachment, yes.
Yeah. Impressive tooling magazine, at least in my book.
And this is the second milling machine for prototype production, also for big series production. Mostly prototype because we don't do milling stuff much.
And these are rear lights.
These
right
are
there.
rear lights, yeah.
So basically this is done on this machine over there. It's a milled part. It's not turned. Yeah. Very cool. So basically, the production is only here where I am. Where I'm gonna go later this afternoon is where assembly takes place. So basically, the parts from here, do you bring them by bike?
Wilfried brings them by bike when it's important enough. But we have when the car it goes
Okay.
once a week. Exercise.
I'm joking, of course. Where are we now?
So we are at the polishing station. We polish all our hubs.
So yeah, this is a bit loud here. I hope you can hear me. And this is where hubs are being polished.
Yes. So here is where you polish the lights, the Edelux line.
So this is on Edelux. As you can, it is famous for its very perfect finish. And there you go. Right now the machine is not working, but you can see the polishing wheels there. And this is hand polishing station.
This is hand polish session for repairing stuff. These tools are for the
And these are for the hubs right there. So these hub shells, as you can see, they're quite rough.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can see, if the camera picks it up. Yeah, there you go. You can see they have marks, they have coolant. And they're gonna go in here and they're gonna get polished. And this is another hand polishing station.
So they are all custom.
All custom made for Schmidt. This is also for hub shells.
This is all for hub shells, yeah.
So yeah, this one and this one are for hub shells. And then you got the different polishing wheels there. And that's how it looks when it's polished. As you can see, it's mirror. You can see me right there. And these are anodized. You don't do anodizing here, do you?
No, we don't do anodize. So we will polish everything before we send it to anodizer.
Hi. So this is Uli, the master polisher. And this is your work right there.
Yes.
As you can see, mirror finish, perfect. So everything is polished before anodizing.
Correct. So you will see here. So it comes down here.
So everything comes down here.
Ah, okay.
So it looks before you polish it.
So this is before.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, well, let's see. You can see the machining marks.
Right. Especially here.
Yeah, especially there, you can see it. I mean, it's not mirror, and I can feel it with my finger. And then they look like this.
Yeah.
Someone touched them. I see a fingerprint.
We have to clean them.
Ah, you clean
at
them
the end.
at the end as well.
Yeah, you only have to.
Oh yeah, they're so polished, as you can see, just with a soft cloth it comes off.
Okay.
Wow, very nice work, Uli.
That's the paste we have. There's always a rest of the paste on
The polishing paste.
on the polishing paste.
So this is all done by hand. You do it by hand in the machines, and then you still clean them here at the end.
Yeah, we still
So
clean them all
2
by
times.
hand.
And that's why your hubs have such a nice finish. You have to thank Uli. And there you go, there's the different models, I think, right? Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, you have other looks here.
So for the colors one.
Yeah, and this is before they're gonna get anodized.
Before they get anodized, boom
This-
is colorful in German.
This is black.
Schwarz is black.
This is natural.
Yes. Yeah.
They have to be a little bit better for
color.
for the colors. For black, we can. There's no problem if they are not so good. Sometimes you have little scratches.
Really? I
inside.
would think for colors they don't have to be because the color hides it. No, they have to be the best, better.
They have to be better, so yeah. The colors need to be better.
Because I have problems with anodizing and I understand. Very nice. And the natural, they have to be the best.
No, this is nachpoliert.
Nachpoliert.
This is
Nachpoliert, yeah.
nachpoliert. Need to be
Ah.
polished a second time.
So poliert is
Yeah,
silver.
but they are. We
Poliert.
have polished outside.
So polished. You just need it polished. These are polished.
Yeah. And basically polished, they have to be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the polished the best, the colorful second best, and the
Okay.
the black is the
Ah, so black is the worst.
worst.
So here we are at the engineering side of things. And there's a very cool sign which I will show you. There's a net. Hi, Freddy. And this is what I want to show you. See? Engineer, someone who does Precision guesswork based on unreliable data provided by those of questionable knowledge. So here we are. This is Jakob. He's the one responsible for assembling the newest model, the SON 29. So he's doing that right now. So you're putting the coils on the axle.
Yes.
Excellent. And this is basically the facility where it all happens, the SON 29. This is all the wire, and this is all the assembly. And this is where prototyping happens. Actually, this is where the hub is being assembled right there on the bench. There's the lathe. As you can see, the machines are actually quite cool. They're very well used, but they're still being used. And actually, one thing I want to show you, they have lockers where they can change because they all, most of them, I think also all you come by bike, right?
Yeah, we have showers too.
Oh, they have showers, see?
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing in the way to come by bike. And that's the kitchen and my bike right there.
So this is the last room.
And where are we here? It's quite warm. What is it?
So this is the compressor is also here.
Ah, so it's a machine room.
Yeah, we have a 3D printer and also bearing testing machines. Some of old projects, all the different projects that we have right now.
Yeah, so there's a 3D printer. What is this? Another 3D printer? Yeah, they go. Yeah,
This
that's a
is
3D printer.
also 3D printer.
Yeah. And this is hot water, I think. This is a boiler. So boiler, compressor, yeah, there you go. It's basically a machine room. It's quite warm. You don't feel it in the video, but it is very warm. And as you can see here, there's plenty of prototyping going on. Entwicklung in Germany means development. So all of this is prototypes here on this wall. So this is kind of the headquarters. They are in downtown Tubingen. Wilfried Schmidt Maschinenbau, as you can see. This is where assembly is done in there. Obviously, we're going to go and do a bit of a tour, but most of the stuff that is ready is here and it's together. And it's probably why it's put together in boxes and shipped to you. So I'll be there in a couple of seconds when Naso is back to show me around. Let's do a bike check. So, Edelux, pretty much everything here. This is the Edelux DC. This is the SON Nabendynamo, and actually this is a hub in purple of the new model. And the Deluxe pedelec light. The people here, right, what they sell.
Hello everyone, my name is Nasri. I work as an engineer at SON Nabendynamo. So today I'm going to show you guys around our workshop here in France Theatre. It's called the French Quarters for a reason. So we have two main buildings. The first one.
And actually, let me interrupt you. I mean, when we met Nasri, we actually met at 2023 on Bouillet.
Yeah.
You were doing Paris-Brest Paris.
Yes, correct. So I was doing Paris-Brest Paris, and they had an exhibition hall over there. And what we had to do is we had to vote for the best bicycles. That was the first time I saw Nicolas' bike at Paris. And from then on, we got contacted. We got in touch, and I had a few projects in mind which I wanted to work with him together, so he was also open to it. And then from there on is where we started discussing about the new project.
And a couple of years later, here we are in Tubingen, in the SON headquarters, where Nasri very nicely is going to show us around.
Alright, so this is where all the packaging happens.
We're here after hours, so we have the whole place to ourselves. It's Friday afternoon.
Yeah,
And
so
most
right
people
over
have left.
here is Wilfried's workshop. So he has his own turning machines or drilling or milling machine. So it's everything over here. So in the afternoon you can actually see him here still working.
Very nice.
Alright, there you go. Alright. So this is the packaging shop, and this one is over here is our storage room for all the dynamos.
Oh my god, look at it. And there's no bars on the window. So everybody, I don't think people know what you have here.
Yeah, so these are the lights, and also single hubs for OEMs. You don't need to package them in boxes.
So these are for like bike manufacturers. They can pick them up, or you just package them in like bulk packaging.
In bulk packaging, yes. Yeah, and also like different type. So this one usually all the standard hubs on the right. And these are some unique one, different colors. Like the SON Classic is also still a few there. SON XS Classic.
This is for Brompton.
Yeah.
This is actually the very first Dynamo hub I bought, and the bike I'm here with.
Yeah, and you also have here some bloody looks.
My competitor right there.
Yeah, so everything gets packaged here and then also shipped from here. And yeah, and you also have every workshop, material workshop. So over here you have all the raw materials you need to create.
It smells like any machine shop. You can't see it on the video, but it smells like cutting oil.
Yeah,
it smells exactly like it looks. If you've been in a machine shop, it smells exactly like it looks. But I mean, here it's you have material for, because you told me the production happens up in Kusterdingen. Like
here is usually for fixtures, mostly for fixtures.
If you're gonna do production to make your production smoother and faster and all that.
Correct. Fixtures, prototypes, also our exhibition stand. This one over here.
And now we're in Wilfried's own workshop. Can we go there, or he doesn't like people to go there?
No, we can go. When I was here, I used to work only. I'm always here down. I'm always here the whole time.
Very hands-on. There's all manual machines. There's a dividing head right there.
I used to make hub using the dividing header.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
required quite some concentration.
Yeah. So you need to know be very good with math.
Oh, there's actually, so that's, by the way, when some people are away, it's the boss who does the work. So Wilfried did some stepped up. So the boss still works. And there you go. He likes building Brompton wheels, that I know, right there.
Yes. So this is like one of our...
And over there, I guess everybody who does the emailing and that is in that office.
In the office.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like, it's your typical office.
And so this is a typical office, really.
So these are all the Dynamo Hub models, including the old ones. Actually, I have one of these, and this is what I do my tests with. It's a SON Classic.
But this is SON XS with the 110 width. See, the SON Classic. It's a smaller SON Classic. That's a white body SON Classic. And the smaller one. Some products doesn't get to production, some does. So it stays over here. I don't know what that one is.
That's kind of like a small showroom to show to clients.
Yeah, the outlet on this side.
So that's on this side, and we're gonna go over there now.
Yeah, so now.
So now we're gonna go to where actually all the assembly is taking place. The production happens that way, where we were a bit earlier. So here we are. This is where all the assembly happens.
So we will start with this. So the first one, you would see the measuring device. So all our hubs pass through a QC control.
Right there.
Where we measure the electricity and efficiency. Make sure that everything is okay.
And this is a test stand. Every single dynamo is tested here.
Every single dynamo is tested here.
And this is, I don't know a lot of you, but this is not graphic user interface. It's a system. So every dynamo that you're gonna get is gonna get tested so it meets specification right on this stand. And actually, well, let me interrupt you. I want to show you the repair queue. So the repair queue, you can count it on the fingers of two hands. It's 8 hubs currently in repair. That speaks for the quality. Now we're gonna go see in all the parts. So each drawer, if I understand correctly, is a different model.
Yeah, so it's actually the same.
So what are we looking at? We're looking at 32 holes, SON 2815. And as you can see, this goes all the way up to the ceiling.
It goes all the way up to the ceiling, yeah. Some are a bit dusty than the other. See this one?
Yeah, this one is, what did we look at? 28?
1536
holes. Yeah, this is not a popular model.
So now you know why. And the bit dusty one here. I think this one's the same too, but mostly the 6 hole. 2836 not also selling well. This has been here since 2022.
Yeah, they're dusty, you can see.
But most of them get like black colors, get used often, much more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also measure each and every bearing seat.
Yeah, so it means bearing seat 100% tested.
100% tested, yes. Yeah, so next room, this is where we the soldering
The
station.
soldering station, load station.
Yes, yeah. So this is where we do all the soldering. I think this is the only soldering station over here. For all the dynamos we make, only one station.
So all the boxes that I showed you, they get soldered with this soldering station right there.
Yeah, with that one and only soldering station.
Yeah, there you go. All these axles are going to become hubs.
Yes, it's all the axles.
They're going to become this, and then they're going to get pressed into hub shells like this one.
Yeah, and this
And
is
again,
where-
we have more storage space for the different models.
yeah, so you have two stations, one for the dynamo assembly, one for the soldering. Soldering station. Alright. Oh yeah, over here. So this one this one is where you test the hubs. Over here is where you mount the magnets. So like I showed you just now, you need to put the magnets one by one.
Yeah, for
So
prototypes, so the hub
for
you know, that
prototypes.
Nasi made for me today.
Yeah, so this one, you can move the, oh shit. So you would put all the magnets in one go.
So right now this is the SON 28, this is 2812, and this is the SON XS, so this is the Brompton hub.
This is for the SON XS.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like, I don't know how many, I think that up there is different mixtures. The recipe, is call it the
Yeah,
cooking recipe.
cooking recipe.
Recipe.
And this is for pressing the axles in the hub shells.
Do you know this is about pressing two hot shells together?
Oh yeah, the two hub shells, they're like kind of like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it right here, they have teeth and they kind of get pressed into each other. So this is done over here.
Yeah, this is done over here. Okay.
And these are sub-assemblers.
These are also some
So this is Joe, actually one of the oldest Schmidt employees. And you are doing laser engraving.
It's engraving, yeah.
So he's laser engraving some hubs.
Yeah.
So here we are, more storage.
It's more storage space, yeah, like that.
And this is the newer model.
This is the new model. It's all the way here.
And you have lots of, these are drill presses, right?
Yeah, drill press. Yeah.
What do you need so many drill presses for?
After to relax a wheel after you build it.
This is for wheelbuilding. Yes, actually that is
This
true.
one is used as a press, not as a drill.
So there you go. You can get the wheels built directly by Schmidt Maschinenbau. I forget that, so yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So we have like different fixtures for the 29S. So this is the fixtures to build the wheel. So what you do is you just put the rim, and then this in the spoke. And the idea is to have a finished wheel at the end without measuring
Lateral through.
the
How
lateral
true it
trueness,
is, like,
the lateral trueness anymore. So you just come finished from the fixture itself. So you
Oh,
have
this is pretty cool actually.
so you have two sizes.
And this is done manually because I've seen it done by machine, but this is done mostly manually.
This is manually, yeah. It's just manual.
This is pretty cool.
This
Actually, a lot of the team that you see, that a lot of the work here is done manually.
That's true.
Not just the wheel building, the dynamos as well.
I think this one is for this is for the Brompton G line,
So this is for the Brompton 18-inch disc brake.
20 inch.
Is it 20 the G line?
20 inch.
Oh,
The
yeah.
G line is
Okay.
20 inch. Yeah.
There you go, a Brompton wheel.
The real G line.
So it's the same idea like this one. It gives you a laterally through wheel right away.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
right away after building.
So you just want to make sure you build the wheel fast enough.
And actually, these are dynamo parts here, right?
These are all dynamo parts. So
So
you have the numbers. for
We're
the different-
overflowing a bit from the other side.
yeah.
And that's lots of spokes
That's
here.
all the spokes length you need.
Yeah, that is cool. And more axles, Brompton wheels.
So Brompton
And yeah,
wheels.
this is the new dynamo. So basically, this is how the magnets get attached in the
yeah.
fixtures that I showed you there. And more hub shells, so we are definitely overflowing. This is the new model, the SON 29. It's only SON 29, so basically it's overflowing.
This is some experimental stuff.
And this is all the axles, so let me show you. This goes up to the ceiling, and the ceiling is quite high, you know.
And this is the Wheelbuilding corner.
So lots of rims. So you don't build the wheels over there where you showed me, or here is just storage?
For prototype wheels.
Ah, okay. So here is the production.
This is the production wheel building. So you have like 1, 2, 3 stations here, and then also your choices of spokes.
I get it. So basically, here is your standard offerings, what you can show on your website. But if you use a hub and rim combination that's like not around here, you do it over there.
You do it over there. Yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
the prototype wheel building. Yeah. So you can also send wheels to be repaired. You don't have to unlist the hub. So they would unlist it here and then repair the hub and then release it again.
Very cool. And again, this is for stress relieving here. I think.
Yes.
Press the rim and stress relieves it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And you have a spoke cutter, isn't that?
That's a spoke cutter.
Yeah, spoke
Even though
cutter.
we have a lot of spoke numbers, I think we don't use it that much anymore, but sometimes.
So Brompton, DT Swiss, pretty much whatever you can see on the SON website, it is here. So if you go at the end of the hallway, that's the kitchen, and there's something quite interesting here. So the stage is how it all becomes a hub. You know, the raw material, the different machining steps, the core. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Before, this is the old one. Last time we used to make the ring for the magnets ourselves, so we would bend it with the classic. Yeah. So this is where you make the end caps, and then the connectors we also make them ourselves. So it is.
So these are the spade connectors. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. And for the claws, you did it like this, right? And then you will laser cut it, bend it.
And then you press it where I showed you.
Yeah, with the hydraulic press. And then you will assemble it together, pour epoxy in a rotating machine, and you would turn it one more time. And for the core, you would also get it from a metal sheet, right? And then you would turn the coil and put it inside the body. Right, so this is the plastic body before, this is after.
Very cool.
Yeah. And the pressure compensation system is also the same. We would buy one long tube, and then we would turn it ourselves, cut it into length, and then put a shrink tube to connect it to the axle. Yeah, the same things go to the axle. We take our raw materials, turn it to dimension.
So,
The new building, the drawings for the new buildings.
yeah, there's a new building where I showed you a bit sneak peek that you can see through the door. Because basically, if I understand it correctly, the prototyping facility is
here.
Is here.
It's here.
up, and then this is next to it. Yeah,
This is next to it.
that's where I was earlier this morning.
Yeah, here. You were here this morning in this building.
Yeah, in this building, that's where the CNCs were.
Yeah.
The production machines, and this is under construction. I think you can see it in the background. It's quite cool. It's made entirely of wood. It's very eco-friendly.
Yeah, and this is supposed to imitate spokes.
That is cool. And that's Wilfried Schmidt's office right there. We go downstairs. Let's see what's downstairs. Where are we? Oh, again, smells like a machine shop. Like cutting oil.
Yeah. So what we do here is, the core. So we get them in this roll of sheets. So you need to cut them for us.
So this is all like you basically the big row here. Gets cut into these strips.
Cut into that
Here.
strip. Yeah. Really thin sheets. And this is what you have.
And then this goes inside this is basically the core of the generator.
This is the core of the generator.
The
So
coil goes on top of that, the
So you
copper.
would turn the coil.
And this is metal, right? So
Electrometal.
yeah, it's specific metal.
Yes. It's specific.
Like transformers are made out of the similar material.
Yeah. This is also a reparating station, I think, only for classic really, and also for the normal hubs. So we do still repair some classics. So you see this one is from 2010.
2010. I got my classic 2009. Still going strong. Yeah, I see these are the classic hubs. They didn't use the Lego hub shells. They were screwed on.
Yeah, they're screwed on really.
Yeah, you can see it here. Actually, this one has seen quite some salt.
Yeah, it's crazy what people do with hubs. So the next room.
Wow. Where are we now?
So this is where we put the epoxy. So we put the starter from upstairs. You just put it here, and then when it's done, it'll look like that. And then it moves to another stations over here, where it get turned to the emitters.
Yeah, and again, the epoxy is not very nice for your machine, so a vacuum setting.
So you have a vacuum setting for that too.
And I want to point out that the machines are quite classic and well used.
This is also another room. There's this room. This is where we store the magnets. All. Then. Hello, Wilfried.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
And there's the boss himself.
So
yeah, this is the epoxy room. I don't think we should go in there because the epoxy is not very nice if you don't have the correct personal protection.
No. So this is where you would turn the coil.
So actually, you wind your coils yourself.
The core, we would wind the
core, not the coil.
No, the core we would wind it ourselves. What happens if it doesn't work? You know.
So this is scrap one.
This is scrap.
Okay.
Scrap over here.
So normally it should be a nice tight ring.
Normally it should be a tight ring like this one. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So this is.
Yeah, and then you would test whether the pressure compensation system works.
So this is a compressor. Basically, what you pull vacuum and.
You would turn it on and then make sure that it doesn't make vacuum, because if it creates vacuum, means
it's not
tube,
breathing.
Yeah, the tube is not breathing. So you have to make sure that there is no vacuum in there.
So conclusions, you know how the saying goes, I only went there and I only got this t-shirt. Well, actually I got this t-shirt in 2022 when I first met them, so that's why I'm wearing it now. So I went there and I got a hub, actually not this one, a different one. But what I really wanted to get out of this trip was to see how the process works, so I know what can be customized, how much time it gets done, because actually making this hub took a good part of half a day. Obviously, Nasi was explaining to me everything that was going on, but you know, it's kind of like they say, if you like sausages, maybe you don't want to see how sausages are being made. A bit like this. So I saw that, and at the end, basically, just after I finished the video, we sat down with Nasi and Wilfried and we discussed. I mean, it needs to make business sense for them, so there will be definitely setup costs and tooling costs and all that, and I'm still waiting to see the offer, if it's going to be an attractive number. This is considering this Dynamo project as which is unique in the lineup. It is not based on anything out there, and it's significantly more powerful. Again, I have many videos in the series how this all started. I'll post links and I'll probably put them in a playlist. So I'm still waiting to see where this goes, but there are some other things which I found out. Basically, they have dynamos which can be made more powerful from their standard lineup. And this is why I'll send them a stalker and they'll send me one of their newer dynamos. They say they're significantly more powerful than their classic versions, so, and they can be made even more powerful, so I want to see if they work with my electronics. The thing with Dynamo is, talk about it, that the 3 watt 6 volt ecosystem, which is based on ancient regulation, based on halogen bulbs, is one thing, and once you get out of this and go metal electronics, it might as well be monsters. So this is why it's important to test hubs with the electronics they're going to be used with. That's why I still think this is quite a viable product, because it's made with modern electronics and high power needs in mind. It's not trying to tune something which was never designed for that. But again, we'll see, because such a project and a setup, I mean, there's only 2 people. There's only Nasi and Wilfried, who are the Dynamo engineers. Obviously for production, if I produce big enough numbers, they'll teach other people how to do it, but it will be small batch production at the beginning. There will be, like I mentioned, there will be quite some setup costs, but whether it will be this exact version or more powerful version of what they currently offer, like more powerful of their powerful version. We have to see, because it like any project, it's always a balance, or I should say compromise between what you want and the final cost. Because if you get €1,000 hub, nobody's gonna buy it and all that. I mean, me personally, I'm already set. I have this one. I'll send it back to Schmidt for inspection because I've been riding it and testing, and I have one with SLAXA which I have on my bikes, and this is Schmidt quality. Thing goes on, I can probably ride it well into old age if all goes well. So I'm set up, but I mean, I personally believe that this technology can be much better than what it already is. So that's what I want to do it further. And Wilfried was very honest. He said we like people who do things, who innovate and do the technology. So we want to support people like this. Again, we have to see it from a business point of view. That again, it needs to make sense. I mean, everything that you saw there, there's 50 employees. Everything this, they need to keep the lights on, quite literally and figuratively. So let's see what the offer gets. The next step of this project, and I'm quite happy. And again, I want to thank them for letting me tour the facilities. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, if you have anything. If I missed anything, please put a comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and there will be more updates on how this project develops. Thank you for watching.